PUBG Patch 32.1 is here. The regional server merge is upon us, ladies and gentlemen. Lot to go over in this patch, so let's dive right in. They introduced a new arcade feature, which is the Survivors Left Behind, which you do have a way to claim 700 G-Coin, which is kind of cool. It's the first time I think they've had a reward that cool. It's probably something to just think about. It's probably not G-Coin that you can use to buy the Survivor Pass. They've done that in the past, and the current Survivor Pass, you earn back $5 US worth of G-Coin that you cannot use on a Server Pass. There's going to be some gunplay updates. We're going to go through that here in just a moment, along with the recall system. Very exciting. A new Survivor Pass that is called Bedtime Beasts. It's not something that I'm particularly super excited about. We'll take a look at that, along with an unexpected store update. Just going to throw this out there. We talked about this on stream many times that I anticipated this update here, which could still happen this year. Generally, these are 30 days long. But I thought this would be the Black Market 2024 update with the Chroma Car 98 of the Car 98 that's already out. I expected that one to be like a silver and blue, kind of like the Chroma barrel, and then an Ace Chroma, which I'd also expect to be kind of a silver and blue look from the Ace variant. But I was wrong. So we may still see that later this year. I do believe it's coming. I thought this was it, but not quite yet. So let's keep going. So regional merge. I know a lot of us are not super excited about this. Like myself, I know many others have already experienced a lot of high ping issues already. I'm in central US, and I would average 98 to 110 ping in one of the two servers that they are testing out. So hopefully they're not sticking with that one. But hopefully we'll see down the road that they'll improve it as we continue on and provide feedback. Map service, essentially it's pretty much the same as it has been. AS and SEA get the best map rotation ever, which is the Erangel Sandhawk fixed, along with these other maps. Sad to see once again that they've got Destin as a small map. We got something against small maps in this game right now, and it's not good for the casual player, which we need those casual players. So very unusual. We're going to hop over to the random map regions for America. So it's the Americas, EU, RU. Americas would be South America and North America, including Canada. So our map rotations are essentially pretty much the same as they were before, with Erangel fixed. You don't even see Sandhawk in here. Super disappointing once again that we don't see Sandhawk even in this list, as it is one of the best maps in PUBG. If that's not, let me know in the comments what you guys think about that. But I think it is, and you can see it. It's one of the fixed maps up here in Asia and SEA. Super sad to see that they don't have that map even in rotation. Very, very disappointing. Gunplay. So several adjustments have been made to the care packages and muzzle brake. We also called this on stream many times. We've talked about this. The muzzle brake was getting a nerf. It was only a matter of time. So the muzzle brake, recoil control horizontal are dropping from 10% down to 8. So this would be similar to a flash hider, very close to a flash hider in that sense, with a camera shake from 50% down to 35 instead. So still very good. Certain guns like the AUG and the FAMAS, it's probably still going to be better than a compensator. But the compensator is definitely the king here once again. Another change too with the FAMAS, we're getting the Meg will now be available. I thought this is kind of an unusual change because the Meg, not having the Meg, this seems fine. You know, there was no issue with it. So kind of a random change there. MG reload speed has been increased by 20%. I do think this was necessary. MG is very strong, but it also is very hard to use. But the reload speed was really slow. Horizontal recoil decreased by 5%. So it's probably like 4.9 or something like that. P90, which P90s are awesome weapons, by the way. I had the opportunity to shoot one at a range once. Very cool. It was sweet firearm. The ammunition weight has been increased, and the reticle size. So a little bit of a nerf there. That's still one of the best SMGs. Though I think with a recent SMG change, I would still probably put the JS9 as the best SMG on the market. MK14, this is another weird one that I don't really know why they changed this. Damage was reduced and the rate of fire was reduced. It's very few players actually use the MK14 on full auto. Kind of weird that they're changing that, but we do see a change there. DBS, and talking about shotguns real quick, a couple of passes ago, they updated shotguns and very much balanced them out. So you see a lot less excessive use of them, but they're still very strong. DBS is going into care packages. Later on, we're going to read it, that they listen to the community. We're going to talk about that in a second, but the rate of fire essentially was increased. The damage was increased, but it was put in the care package essentially. So got a buff back into care packages. I'm not personally excited about it. I don't care for using shotguns myself, but to each their own. Lynx is put on all care packages and all maps. I think this is wonderful. I think it's awesome. It's a fun gun. I've actually only killed maybe 5 people ever in PUBG in my 7,500 hours of playing PUBG with that gun. Mostly because it was only on Miramar, and I wasn't able to play Miramar until about a year and a half ago. So spawn changes. They're gonna spawn essentially in the secret rooms. DBS has been removed from special spawns and ranked, and from both the spawn kit and team deathmatch and custom matches. I'm gonna try to blow this up because this is interesting. So this year we've continued enhancing the gunplay experience by making various adjustments to mainstream weapons, SMGs. I'm gonna summarize this for time. By further diversifying the care package. First, the FAMAS and MG3 have been underperforming and underused compared to other care package weapons, which is why they essentially nerfed the MK14. For the FAMAS, they've addressed the limited sustained fire due to the lack of magazine. I think it's nuts, man. If you use it right, it's absolutely nuts. MG3 improved the reload speed, which was behind the M249. It should. M249 is 5.56 gun, and to my knowledge, most 5.56 weapons like that are just essentially a faster fire rate. I could be wrong on that. P90 had the highest win rate. That's kind of a given. It's an SMG and it's a laser beam. A lot of newer players are going to pick up a P90 over an MG3. That's just a fact of life. So we're going to see some changes with that. With this update to the care packages, our goal was to enhance the performance while still respecting their unique characteristics. We aim to strike a balance between each care package weapon performs appropriately for its elite status without having any single weapon to gain an unfair advantage. Additionally, the muzzle brake has been widely used since launch. Will also be adjusted to align with other attachments. This was expected. I think everybody expected that. I know we talked about this many times on stream. It's expected. So recall system. Finally, I'm getting some revamps on the recall system, though I think they really missed a huge piece here. But I'm excited about this change. So flights will now appear in intervals of 2 minutes and 30 seconds after the match begins, instead of once per phase. So it'll be a rolling thing. So every 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you're essentially going to see a new plane come across. So thankfully, if you get thirsted at the beginning of a match, you land, you get thirsted immediately. You might only have like a 45-second wait time, depending on where you are in that 2 minutes and 30 seconds. One confusing thing with this, though, is it has the number of flights. This part doesn't make a whole lot of sense because if you add up 6, that equals 9 minutes. 9 minutes essentially is only phase 3, but then it says their recall flights will not fly from phase 7 onward. So I think maybe just their example that they used here was a little bit weird, but it does look like they're going to have recall flights every 2 minutes and 30 seconds all the way up until phase 7. So very cool. This is a huge improvement to the recall system. One huge thing that PUBG has lacked since its launch compared to other battle royales like Fortnite, like H1Z1, like Call of Duty, Apex Legends, is that you can't respawn your teammate immediately. Casual players do not want to wait 5 minutes or even 3 minutes. They want to get into the game, right? A lot of times if you get killed phase 1, that's actually like an 8 or 9 minute wait before you can get back in the game. They're just not going to waste their time doing it. If somebody has 2 hours to play in games, they're going to go find a new game. They're going to leave and start a new match. So one of the things that has brought PUBG down and made people move on to other games so they can continue to play with their friends. Like Call of Duty, you can literally just gather enough money and go spawn your teammate back instantly. Apex and Fortnite, you grab your teammate's banner, you call them back instantly. It didn't make a whole lot of sense that PUBG did it this way. So the flight route is also different. It's going to be based on the actual zone, which is really nice because sometimes, you know, you recall your teammate and you're up here in Georgia Pool, you recall your teammate and they can only spawn down here, whereas now they have more of an opportunity to fly throughout the map, which I think is awesome. Blue chip locations, I'm super excited about this change. Essentially gives a location of where your chip is. Put a pause on that, where a chip is at the moment on the map. And the big miss. So I'm just going to read through these notes real quick here. So location of your teammates' blue chips are now shown on both the world map and the mini map. The location will no longer just be displayed once a teammate picks up the blue chip or if a blue chip is destroyed or removed. I don't know how many times we have to ask them to stop with this stuff, but they don't listen sometimes. It's extremely frustrating. Blue chips can now be obtained instantly. All blue chips. And this is where I'm just facepalming with, why do they always give us one part of what the community wants, but not ever what the community wants? It just drives me absolutely nuts. 32.1 introduced a significant change to the beloved recall system in response to player feedback. No, you're not listening to player feedback, which we'll get into in just a second. We're implementing a separate timeline for recall fights. Phenomenal. Which has previously appeared once per phase. This means you'll more frequently be able to do early stages of the match. We've also adjusted the flight path to cover a longer area. Phenomenal. It was previously restricted to crossing the safe zone, reduce your chances of survival, blah, blah, blah. Additionally, in this update, the location of your teammate's blue chip will now be displayed on the map. To balance the risk of enemies taking blue chips, we are removing the 2.5 second rule for neutralizing the blue chips. 4 steps in a great direction and 1 massive step back. I don't get it. Why? Share in the comments what you guys think about this, but I'm going to read that again. To balance the increased risk of taking enemies' blue chips, we are removing the 2.5 second rule for neutralizing blue chips. I don't know what the heck that means in the sense of that's to balance the increased risk. The risk was that enemies can pick up your blue chip in the first place. This shouldn't be in the game. It's not in any other game. Not in a battle royale right now that's currently popular. No games. Call of Duty, Fortnite, Apex. You cannot pick up your enemy's blue chips. This shouldn't be in the game. It is a huge, huge thing. It's been a massive negative. People have been asking for this to be removed. And they worded this so poorly to balance the increased risk of enemies taking blue chips. It's a huge risk. We're now removing the 2.5 second rule so they can pick it up instantly. I don't know who thought this through. It is absolutely terrible. I'm not happy about that at all. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this. I'm absolutely furious about it. Basically means anybody who's looting your box can immediately take your blue chip without hesitation and then run off with it. That's literally what they did. And they did it as a way of balancing enemies taking the risk of your blue chips. It doesn't logically have any, it doesn't make sense to me at all. We're going to move on though. Ranked 32. I'm going to skip a lot of this because most players don't play ranked, but essentially you get some cool rewards if you're doing ranked. Going to move on to McKinney's comeback. BR map has been removed. It hasn't really been in rotation anyways. We've got some billboard posters for the PUBG Clan Cup winner. Very cool. That's your new arcade mode. I'm gonna skip the video just so we can keep it moving. But it's basically a stronger. It's kind of like a Left 4 Dead. If you guys ever played that, it's very cool. I'm glad that they're making cool stuff that can allow players to do other things in PUBG. Customizing, you now have the ability to copy presets essentially from one to the next and then modify it. Each preset now allows you to do a distinctive appearance and gender, so you can change your gender between the different ones. This gameplay update here in the radio message, I don't know. It's interesting. It just seems kind of like an odd thing to throw in there, but we're gonna have emojis instead of communications. To each their own, I suppose. You're not going to be able to hand items to teammates since the need ammo and need medic dialogue options have been removed. And the ping is also changed as well. So this one is kind of a good thing where it doesn't spam the radio message over here on the left-hand side. I think that got a little aggressive sometimes where people would just be spamming stuff. So I'm excited to see that change. It's now going to put a marker on there and put a marker up here. If you guys haven't watched this yet too, got the PUBG Best Settings 2024 video where we go through how to set up your settings. So every time you are aiming down sights, it puts the marker up top on the top up there. And then that way somebody can look what vector you're aiming at. Not necessarily where you're aiming, but the vector you're aiming at. And then you have the 3D markers, which is a little more accurate. All right. We're going to see a new Survivor Pass here, which I'm just going to say is not for everyone. This isn't the first time they've done a bedtime update before. The shark things are kind of funny. It doesn't look like something that I'm necessarily super excited about, but we'll take a look at that in a second here as well. Workshop's getting a little bit of changes as well. You now have a select duplicates. I think this is awesome. You can spend a lot of time after a big update going through and just removing duplicates. So super excited about that. All right, let's jump into the October store. We got some new skins. So the new Survivor Pass, which is coming up essentially starting tomorrow. It is Tuesday, so tomorrow, Wednesday, it's going to be available. Got some Halloween skins. This one here is returning along with a new bike skin, which is going to be kind of cool. Branded mountain bike. I love the bicycle. I think the bicycle is one of the coolest things they've ever added into this game. Hideout weapon skin, essentially. Once again, this was a surprise. I love red weapons, so I'm actually kind of excited about this. But at the same time, I really want the current Kar 98 and the Chroma that they're eventually going to come out with. But this does look kind of dope. We've got the M24 right now, but this is the Kar 98. Definitely looks like it has some futuristic skins in it, like a lot like the M24 skin and the last M4 skin we've seen in the game. So some interesting additions there. It's about time we have another Kar 98. We've had four. I think it's been four progressive M4s. And only one Kar 98 that doesn't have a Chroma. So very exciting. You get the 50% discount on your first purchase there. So very exciting. There's some new things in the shop here for the Team Edition skins. Got some new, these guys here are going to be, I guess they're returning. They're not really new, but these are returning different skins that you can snatch up. Along with Pirate Kim's crates. These guys have been out for a long time. I think I have both these skins. I've had this one for a very long time, probably 7 years. New collaboration. I don't know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not going to. So it's exciting to see PUBG still doing that. And then if you have the exclusive PlayStation bundle, you got some a new package there along with the exclusive Xbox One. So also currently throughout October, there's going to be different updates with coupons, like login updates. So make sure you guys take advantage of those. Coupons are huge. We've gotten many progressives. If you watch the channel, you can check out the channel. There's a playlist where we do case openings, and you can check out those videos to kind of get an idea what that looks like. But let me know your thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on the many different updates that we see in this pass. Some of them are very exciting. I really wish, though, there's two things that we see in this pass. One of them, well, let's say three things. The server regional merges, I'm not excited about personally, just because the ping issues has been already an issue. We're not even switching yet. The second thing is them increasing the likelihood of somebody stealing your blue chip. I would say with not having a 2.5 second delay on that, it's gonna have people grabbing blue chips all the time now, again, just like they used to. It shouldn't be in the game. And the third thing is we still haven't seen the thermal sight get removed. So PUBG seems like they are kind of listening to feedback, and they're just going in their own direction, which I guess is what it is. But I know a lot of players, including myself, have been pushing to have the thermal scope removed for a very long time, and so has all the content creators. I mean, I've seen videos of CDome, Bob, and many others talk about the thermal scope and how just broken and useless it is, but they won't remove it. So very sad that they listen to some feedback and not all of it. Hopefully, eventually they'll make those adjustments. But if you guys haven't yet, make sure you subscribe over on YouTube. We'll probably do a case opening for this guy, so keep an eye out for that. And stop by at Twitch and say hi. We'll see you on the Battlegrounds. Take care.